right, I think we're live. All right. I think we got just a couple in the room right now. Wait for a few others to join. What's happening, Juan and Juan Robello and Juan Gutierrez. As you guys can see, I've got my lovely assistant here with me tonight. Hey, what's happening, JK? And yes, everyone, it can officially start now because Nick is in the house. He's just here to see if he won anything. That's all he's here for. What's happening, G-Funk? Hello, Amanda. Hey, hey. We'll kind of see how the stream goes, and we'll do the drawing here in just a bit. Plus, I've got some other big news about some direction of the channel, and I am looking for some feedback because I haven't made my mind up yet on what I am going to do when it comes to some future direction of the channel. So you guys' feedback is going to be extremely important on helping me decide. She's not been a lot of help. She's here to help me tonight. We've got to do the drawing and also to help me when we get everybody in on the live stream. It's hard for me to keep up with all of the comments, and I don't want to miss anybody's comments or questions. G-Funk, man, I'm going to tell you, that sanding, it's like it never ends, right? So G-Funk is saying he's getting aggravated with the sanding. Are you still working on the engine bay, G-Funk? I have not got to watch your video you just put out, which was the one on fixing the front suspension on your notch. I've got to get to watch. I've been kind of busy here these last few days. Hey, Eric, I appreciate the feedback, man. I'll tell you that I'm glad that that's helping some folks out. That doesn't get your quarter. So Eric's asking about watching. He watched the quarter glass restoration vid. I was just looking at those windows yesterday when we actually had that car at a car show yesterday, and I was, kind of admiring my own work. But they actually look really, really good. I mean, they're by no means brand new looking, but they do look great compared to how they did look. So JK, you figured out real quick why it's called body work and not body play. You got that right, brother, because it ain't nothing but some work. Hey, Shane from Southern Ohio. So I'm trying to think of all that's Southern Ohio in that area. So you got, is it more like the next to like Kentucky, Newport, close to there, or? Yeah, the radiuses are killing you. Yeah, man. I tell you, buddy, doing anything in the engine bay. So going back to an engine bay. So Nick's one of Nick's cars that I worked on. He's on the live stream tonight. That car had somebody actually already had installed some Scott rod panels in it, but they didn't do it correctly. And I ended up having to rip them out and fix the existing engine bay. And just a little bit of body work that I'd done in that engine bay was hours and hours I spent getting that engine bay to look as good as it did. Nick could tell you I probably cussed him a time or two on that engine bay. I know my wife, she'd come out there and say, "You are still working and grinding and working on this engine bay?" I was like, yes. Yeah, they can be. It's amazing how much time you can spend in such a small area. Hey, what's happening, Rockin' Projects? Oh, Ashland, Kentucky border, Shane. Cool. We got looks like we got 11 in here so far. So we're going to let things go for a little while, and we'll get to do the drawing here in just a little bit for everybody that was on the live stream from last Sunday. Smoothing a stock engine bay is worse. Yeah, I would agree with that, because trying to put that thing back to a decently smooth stock, and I mean, we didn't really do any other work other than just trying to fix what had been screwed up on that car. It's a nightmare, man. I was really, I wanted to charge Nick about $4,000 for doing that engine bay, but I was very fair with him. Yeah. So Nick says not only does he help provide content, he's also the cause of him losing his religion. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you made it there, Rockin'. I appreciate you, PJ. I seen on Facebook just earlier you guys were out doing a little shopping. You and your wife get a little pic there. What you guys eating? Getting some Andes, I think. Gotta love some Andes. I've been trying to lay off the Andes. So it's on the to-do list for my hatch project, huh? JK? Yeah. So so of course, most everybody that watches the channel knows that I'm behind right now on getting the videos out, and that was just a lot of stuff going on in life. But that car's finished, and we actually had it at a car show yesterday. So the two-tone Cobra clone actually delivered it Friday to Nick's dad. And then yesterday, Saturday, we had a car show that we went to together. It was a local car show for all makes, from old to new. Had several different classes in it, where it broke down your classes by year, but no specific make classes. It was all more by year, or for the most part by year. And I was really, really happy to say that our cars, so both 91 Mustangs, the 417 Fox, and the two-tone Cobra clone, took first and second in our class yesterday. Got to take home a little bit of hardware from the car show yesterday, and I was pretty happy about that. And got to hang out with Nick's dad all day. Nick's dad can never be accused of not having a conversation. He was fun to hang out with, and a lot of great people there in Aurora, which is not very far from where I live, and we had a good time. So the food was good. All the stuff you. Oh, Shane. So she's keeping me straight here. You can just say it, babe. So the worst thing is trying to straighten the fog light bar and brackets. Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, that thing is so thick too, man. That thing I think is 50 pounds worth of steel, and it's super heavy duty. And PJ, I was going to say the food pics you've been posting here lately of the stuff you've been smoking. I ain't kidding, bro. You let me know. I'll make a swing by your way. I mean, Miller ain't too far from here. Got to get that. Yeah, I'll tell you anything. That's one downside to a GT is all the extra weight. But man, I've always kind of been a GT look. I'll take the weight, not unless it was a drag car, then I'll go LX route. Thank you, JK. And absolutely, Juan, life happens, man. Life absolutely happens. So G-Funk, so your Facebook Fox Bride group first meet and greet is next Saturday. That's cool, man. Now, you've been saying that thing is really growing really fast, right? Thanks, Amanda. Hey, thanks, Smitty. So Eric says putting together street cars are cool. Show cars are too much attention and detail for me. Just clean the engine bay and put down new paint and call it good. Man, yeah, and I will say this: my car or Nick's car, the two-tone Cobra Clone, I wouldn't classify them as show cars. They do show very well, but they're drivers, man, and that's how I build them. I drive my car everywhere. I drove the thing to Jackson, drive it to Omaha, drive it to our way to the car show yesterday. If I truly built a show car, then you don't want to drive it, right? So where was I at, Angel? So Shane, what is it? Yeah. What does everyone think about the LMR cup holder or keep the ashtray? Well, I can tell you what I personally think, and hopefully everybody will pipe up and give you your opinions. I love the cup holder option. Absolutely love it because I use it. I definitely put it in my car. I put it in Nick's car. So as soon as I get caught up, I'll tell you guys a funny story about a cup holder and a Fox body. So Nick's technically his beat mine, but both trophies say top of class.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. And I would say the only thing that my car probably is a little bit better at is the engine bay, but that's all going to be fixed when you put a new engine in that car. Once you put some, put a little bit of juice under the hood. So Rocking Projects, the Aurora car community is always good at show. Yeah, oh yeah, PJ, it's good, man. I think there's one in Marionville next weekend. Cup holder, Shane. JK says, ashtray in my bird is killing me. Yeah. Well, of course, your cup holder is between the parking brake and the passenger seat, right? I can't tell you how many drinks I spilled there back in high school driving around with my Gatorade bottle right there in between the parking brake and the passenger seat. Hey, Emerald Notch is in the house. Yes, PJ, we have got to get together and sit down, maybe have something to eat together and talk about putting together a Southwest Missouri Fox Fest. Because I really think that would reach, anything from Northwest Arkansas. You're looking at probably reaching over to the Tulsa area, maybe even the KC area. So I mean, we're talking about a lot of Fox body community that could all meet up in either the Joplin or between. Actually, I think Joplin would probably be the best if we get a good spot over there. So Eric, you said the two-tone clone isn't yours. Still two awesome cars with your red GT and the clone. Yeah, well, so the two-tone was mine for a little while, and then Nick, my buddy, we were talking about it, and I bought it actually just to flip. That's why I bought that car. What, Angel, was that? Was it about a year ago that I bought that car? So me and her went and picked that car up and bought it about an hour from here. And I was telling Nick about it, and I said, "Hey, Nick, check this car out." And little did I know that was actually the same color car Nick had back in high school. And I told him, I said, I'll probably get about this much. I'm just going to keep it stock, and I'll sell it for about, this much money. And I mean, no sooner that I said that closed the deal. He said, all right, I'll buy it. And he sent a deposit for the car, and then the deal began. And then it became Nick's vision of what he wanted that car to be, which, as you guys can see, just turned out to be an outstanding car that's unique in a lot of ways. The wheels are probably some of my favorite on there. Plus, those bare brakes look awesome. But the staggered 18-inch Cobra R wheels, and I'll be honest with you guys, I am not a Cobra R wheel fan. And the only reason why I feel that way about Cobra R wheels is just because they were so played out back in the early day of the Fox bodies, because either you had ponies or the original 10 holes or turbines. But as the cars got a little older, the only real good option that people were making that were an aftermarket wheel was the Cobra R's. So for a long time, I did not like the Cobra R's. Now the 18-inch staggered, and we had those custom powder coated as well. Those changed my mind because I would have a set on my car in a minute. So what have I missed, Angel? I know
Funk said, "Do you wish you had they had a sanding trophy?"
Oh man, I tell you, I probably could have won some of those, and I know you could have too, G Funk. Tim's Tennessee Shooting Fun. Tim here from West Tennessee. Just enjoyed the paint booth. Hey, cool man. I'm from not very far from West Tennessee. I know the area very well. I used to work in Dyersburg and know the Dyersburg, Jackson, Union City area very well. Juan, I just installed the cup holder. Goodbye ashtray. Congrats on the cup holder, man. I love it. So Black Cherry Bomb has the original working ashtray door. I saved mine from my car, and it actually still had the working ashtray door. My car only had like 92,000 miles, original miles on the 417 Fox, and that center console, I kept it just for if for some reason I ever send that car down the line, that owner will get that original console.
Ricky Lee said, "Hey, what's up?"
Hey, what's happening, Ricky Lee? Looks like we got 20 in the room now, and probably wait till about 6:20 and 6:20, 6:25, and we'll do the drawing, and then we'll repeat who won here in a little while. Some folks get in here late. We probably will not go past 7 o'clock. So Shane, you just ordered it. So did you get, so Shane, which one you get? They have the one that's on sale, which is the first one they came out with that actually has the black insert in it, and it does not have your power provisions in it. And then the newer one, which already has your harness with your USB and cigarette lighter, and it's you can get those in different colors. So G-Funk, you know what? I seen that on Brutal's video, G-Funk, way back when at Ford Takeover 2 years ago. I thought that was so cool, and that's before we got to know each other through YouTube. But it's really, really cool, man, that you did that. I remember Brutal was pretty cool, was pretty stoked about how you did that LED in there. Didn't you get that from maybe a truck, I think? So Nick, yeah, you got lots of peeps in Joplin. Matter of fact, that one car came out of Joplin, didn't it? The one car that actually you beat me to the punch because I was trying to buy that red 93 GT that I ended up working on for you. Oh, Ricky, you got your Coyote fired up this weekend. Right on, man. If I do anything to my car, I may do a Coyote swap, but it's going to be on down the line because we're going to build Peyton's car before I build mine again. You know what? I love the Mach 1 wheels on, and you don't see a lot of them on a Fox body. I really do. I've seen a set of Mach 1 staggered wheels that I had never seen before here locally in Springfield, but they're actually on a New Edge car, but they were staggered Mach 1s, and they look great. Oh man, I'm not staying up, am I, babe?
No.
Trusting, nobody ever accused me of not being able to talk. That work on the intake manifold is nice. Hey, thank you, man. 18-inch R's took it to the next level. I 100% agree, Nick. I'm glad. I mean, the ROHs looked great on it that were on that car, but man, those 18 Cobras R's, they really did take it to the next level. Jeff Wiles, hey, what's happening, Jeff? Local Springfield guy. Maybe my video is with, you know what, your car with the Cobra independent rear suspension. I love that car. Plus, you got your other Fox body too. Is that your wife's car? Is it a silver one? A PJ. We could keep it simple the first year and gauge interest. So PJ's talking about us putting together a show here locally, set up an event page for discussion and get the word out. Trophy in-house. Joplin has done me right on the trophies. Yeah, man, let's get together soon. Message me, man, and we just got to get something on the books where you and I can kind of sit down and kind of talk through it and put some stuff on paper and some good ideas. Yeah, Shane, I don't know. Shane's asking just anything about the standard. Maybe they don't sell that original one anymore. So one, your ashtray door work, but one of the cup holder. I agree, man. I agree. I love LMR. When it comes to anybody that sells Fox body stuff, if you want OE stuff, Fox Resto is your best. Matt and Jen over there are great folks. And then LMR, I have never seen a better company that goes out of their way to make sure their customers are happy than LMR. I will not say the same thing about some other folks who sell Fox body stuff. A big hello from Vegas. Fox. Oh, family of Foxes. Cool. Nick, yeah, the 93 was from there. It was the first supercharged Mustang you ever rode in. You can tell that car was pretty sick back in the day. So I did want to tell you guys a real quick story. Then we're going to do the drawing. So cup holder console. It was right after, right after I finished the 93 Cobra clone that ended up being totaled 3 weeks after I purchased it, or after I finished restoring it. And I made my own cup holder console. It looked as good, in my opinion, as the factory ones, or as the ones you can buy from LMR now. And that was a black interior car. And I fabricated my own, actually, and I just put it out on Facebook on some of the Fox Body communities. It was just trying to show some folks, hey, here's kind of how you make it. And that was before I ever started a YouTube channel and had guys lined up wanting me to make them. So I didn't really want to make them, to be honest with you. I didn't put it out there to make them. But my son, who was still at home then, I thought this would be a great idea for him to learn how to do it. And we had planned, already had a guy that was going to supply me with some center consoles, and we were going to put those out, and I was going to let Peyton basically make them and him get to make the money off doing them. And I thought it'd be great for him. And I swear, 2 weeks after that, LMR released their cup holder console, which was great, but it was just, I just couldn't believe the timing, because we had a pretty good process on how to make one and make it look very good. And then LMR came out with theirs. That was funny. All right. So JK, you've been meaning to ask, able to use stock length wheel studs all around on the, yes, they are, well, they're stock length, stock length for your SN and whatever those are for SN and like 0304 Cobra spindles. But yeah, they are stock, they're stock length. A lot of Foxes are sitting on 15-inch 5-stars. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are absolutely correct. Right, Philip. Back in the 90s. All right, so we got everybody that was on here. I think there's about 30 names or so that was in here from last week. Now, the first person that I draw out of here will get their choice of hat. And so I'm going to let my lovely assistant over here actually do the drawing, and she will announce the name. Hopefully it's an easy name. No. Smitty, hey Smitty, and you're on here, my man. You get your choice of hat. So what I'm going to need you to do, Smitty, do you have Instagram? Big bucks, no whammies. There you go, Nick. Smitty, you still on here? I know you were on here. Look here, I got my own version of Vanna White behind me. All right, well, we'll get back to Smitty, and I'm sure he'll probably hop back on here, and we'll make sure he knows that he got that. I think he did comment on my Instagram page, but that wasn't a requirement, but it just it will help as far as connecting with you guys, because you can DM me on Instagram or on my Facebook page. So PJ is a Rockin' Projects is asking how many 4i guys we have got on here. I need to get back on video projects on my 86. Video takes time. Appreciate all. Man, yeah, I love your car, PJ. I like both your cars, but I like that 86, my man. But you're right, video does take time. So our second person that we're going to do the drawing for will get these new in the package wire dividers that are Ford Motorsports wire dividers. So we're going to go ahead and draw those, and we'll see who won. So let's get the winner there, Angel. Now, I don't think I've seen ZK on here tonight, but I remember talking to ZK last week. So ZK, you are the winner of the Mustang wire divider, or any Ford wire dividers. Very cool. We'll make sure you remind me to mention those again. Mention those again. Now, that doesn't mean everybody leave, that you didn't win. Good deal, good deal. So, so guys, I think this would be a good time to kind of talk about. I'm really needing some feedback, and I've got a little bit of a dilemma that I am struggling with on what to do with the channel. So I've got a pretty large project that I'm getting ready to start on. It's been here for almost a year.
It has been a year.
It has been a year. Part of it's been here for a year. So, guys, I think first and foremost, I am a car guy. Absolutely 100% car guy. Any brand. I love all brands. Now, I've always been a Mustang guy since the time I was not old enough to drive, but I am a car guy, first and foremost. So, I wanted the channel to be, it is Fox focused. Oh, thank you, G Funk. He messaged Smitty. Make sure you tell him if he don't jump back on to either message me on my Facebook page, which is just 417 Fox, or 417 Fox over on Instagram, and message me there so I can get his info so I can chip him that hat. But yeah, so the channel's DIY automotive enthusiast, right? That is really what I wanted the focus to be, with a heavy focus on paint. But we can't get around that. My biggest focus on top of all that is Fox body stuff. So the next car that I'm actually going to be working on, and I've also got some other. This is the talk we get before Chevy content, Nick. But you already know this, Nick. So I've got a 57 Chevy 2-door here that I'm going to be restoring. I've had this car here for a year. It's going to be a car that I'm going to be restoring to ultimately move on down the line. And I've always wanted to build one. I love those cars. I love 57 Chevys, especially the 2-doors. So I'm going to be building that car. I've also have the opportunity to simultaneously have Fox body content still. I'm looking at building a notch. Don't have to be in any hurry on this one, but I've got a notch. Plus, got some stuff. We're going to be really cool stuff that I'm going to be doing to my car. But the whole thing is
no coyote.
no coyote in the 57. So yeah, we've got that going on, and I'm going to sell that car when I get done with it. But I think it's going to be a great project. And here's the question I've got for you guys, and here's where I really want you guys to kind of give me the feedback. What would it look like if I had a 57 car also being built on this channel, or would it be better for me to separate that and put it on a separate channel as just more of a generic automotive DIY channel? Because I don't want to alienate any of the Fox Body Brotherhood that's out there that we have of me having Chevy content on what's typically been known as a Fox Body focused channel. But at the same time, I don't know, it's not that much extra work just to put up another channel to put that content on there. The content is going to be slower on Fox Body stuff because, guys, I work a full-time job and I've got a full-time family, and they come first and my other job comes first. And, maybe getting one video out a week or one every 2 weeks for Fox Body content. Hey, I appreciate that, Trust, and I really do. But yeah, the notch, I think, that is a go if I want it to be. So I know Matt's not on here, and you guys have seen Matt on the channel, and he's the guy that we went to Death Valley with and picked up that 91. And so I would. We've got one that we're working out on building it. We actually got 3 or 4 we're talking about building together. But the first one would be I think it's a 93. It's a 93 Calypso coupe. It was originally a 4-cylinder car, but it needs restoration. It actually has my old drivetrain in it from the 93 car that I had that was totaled. So That's kind of the car that, you know, literally Matt's ready to bring it to me. When well, hey, I just talked to Matt before the show. I know he's in the middle of some stuff right now. He's been had a busy day. He said he'd get by if he could. So G Funk, you said I'll get the views, dude. When you put your F-150 on the channel, it palms, even though truck gets views. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to decide. You know, do I want to have two channels, or do I want to just keep everything on this one? I don't know. That's kind of what, you know, you guys can help me kind of decide on that. So Shane, you want me to put it on this channel too? Process is process. Still pick up tips and tricks. Yeah, I mean it's right. I mean, automotive DIY is automotive DIY. No matter if you're working on a Ford, Chevy, Dodge. I probably won't be working on a lot of Dodges because, to be honest with you, I'm just not. You know, I mean, I like some of the older Mopars, but I'm not a big Dodge fan. So Foxcast doesn't do all just Fox bodies, PJ. Yeah, he doesn't, and I like all his videos. I mean, I'll watch all his stuff. Yeah, so maybe everybody's kind of saying so far just kind of just keep it here, and instead of starting a separate channel. Well, I think the important thing too is that I need to make sure I still keep Fox body content on the channel at the same time. I just can't go 100% on putting the 57 Chevy on here. One channel for it all. Mopar, no car. That's funny, Shane. So JK, so your best friend has a 4-cylinder 5-speed 93 Calypso notch. I know he'd follow that. His car's the reason why you have the 91 Calypso vert. I'll tell you, man, I love the Calypso color, and of course, I'm sure everybody here watches Brutal's channel, and I've seen that car in person too, and I love that Calypso color. Absolutely love it. And the cool thing about that 93 that Matt has is we've got you know, it's an original Calypso car, and Matt already has a pristine opal gray interior to go in it as well. So this car, we will probably just build it as a very stock car, basically similar to the way it would be right from the factory. Ponies, stock suspension, just restore it as a really nice driver with everything working on it that looks like a brand new notch. Definitely one channel, Amanda says. All right, Amanda, thank you. But look, you guys could all come over and subscribe to the new channel if I did another channel, right? But no, to be honest with you, I'm actually would like to do it all on one channel. I just don't want to alienate folks that are 100% Ford guys, or you know, and there's those guys out there, and if that's your thing, that's your thing. Kept your vert that way, JK. Yeah, you know, my opinion on Fox bodies, if your car is unmolested and still stock, you know, and if you want to keep it that way, I think that's great. I absolutely think that's great. So Nick, he says he needs to think we need to road trip the two-tone to Bama with me, and it can be part of my warranty. So guys, yeah, we've got a pretty cool deal coming up here. Now Nick comes back right before Thanksgiving from Iraq, and we've got just shortly, a month, not even a month after that, we are going to go do an event down in Birmingham, and we're going to have the two-tone clone down there on the road course doing a Eddie's Army deal, which helps support autism, where you get to take kids with autism around the track, and they get to go enjoy being in a sports car. And there's everything from Ferraris to Mustangs to stock cars there, and these kids are getting to ride around the track in cool cars. So Nick's car, the one we just finished building, is going to be there. But man, I'll tell you, I'd have to have a way to. I don't know if I want to drive mine all the way to Birmingham. That's how far is Birmingham from here, Nick? What's that? 9-10 hours? I'm not saying I couldn't. I mean, I drove to Ford Fast. Hey, Angel can find out for me real quick.
Oh, look, Smitty's on. He said he wanted to
Hey, Smitty. Congrats, buddy. You won. You got to tell us. All right, Angel. So hold them up for Smitty, and Smitty can tell us which one he wants. Now, Smitty, you're going to want to get on my Facebook page, 417 Fox, or on my Instagram page and instant message me so I can get your info so I can ship you the hat. So tell me which one you want. We've got the Foxit hat, which is the one I've got on right now. It's got the 417 logo in the beginning of it. And then we've got our 3 different colors of the 417 Fox hat. You'll have to tell me which one you want, and I will get it shipped out to you, buddy. Just DM me that info or instant message me on Facebook, and I'll get that stuff to you. Hey, thanks, Emerald Notch. Hit that like button, guys and gals. I'll get in trouble. So, House, hey, appreciate you stopping by, House. I know you're always a dedicated watcher and commenter, and got to meet you. So I appreciate that. One channel, if people don't like it, they can turn the channel. You know, you're right, man. That's a good way to look at it. Nick, road trip in the blue car, not the red one. Oh God. Oh yeah, because you're so then you could just drop me back. You know, I'm not going to say that's not a possibility. Well, just holler at me, and maybe we'll load some tools up, and hopefully, I would imagine she'll make it just fine. So, PJ, sure don't lose your Fox focus, but other content will draw some folks who might not catch your channel. It would also increase your page's algorithm. Okay. Yeah, good point. Good point, man. 11 hours to Birmingham from here. All right, road trip just in the blue car. Yes, sir. So Juan, you're out there in Southern California. We had the Fabulous Fords Forever show each year to look forward to, but last year that ended. Looking out for the next event. Keep one channel. All right, thank you. So I'm overwhelmingly everyone has voted to keep the content, even though it'll be a 57 Chevy. Oh, and I'll have an Audi A6 Quattro content coming pretty soon too, which is her car. I've got to paint the front bumper cover and repair the one. I've done a little custom work on that bumper cover, so hate to not put that on there. I hate to do that work. I was joking with Nick the other day when I was putting his car kind of finishing up, and I had the dash cluster out, and it looked pretty rough. And I said, Nick, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and restore this dash cluster real quick, which literally took me all of 15 minutes to restore it. And as soon as I finished restoring that dash cluster, I messaged Nick back and said, well, I just missed an opportunity to do a really quick how-to video. And it was night and day difference. I bet I know it'd be good to show you guys the pictures of it here, but I know I was messaging Nick, and he gave me a little crap from doing that. But yeah, it was just a few days ago. I went, a week ago, Nick, or so, before I put that cluster back in the car, which I don't even think it's on my phone. It's probably just sent to you straight through Messenger, which doesn't save on your phone. But I do want to show you guys this picture. So here's going to be an upcoming video that I'm going to do. So Nick had a request on the two-tone Cobra clone that he wanted the radio flipped to the top, and he picked up a nice Alpine 7-inch touchscreen with CarPlay in it, but he wanted the HVAC down low and the radio up high. So I had to figure out a way to build that. And if you guys have watched my channel enough, you know I'm not going to do something that doesn't look up to my level of standards when it comes to, I'm a little OCD about stuff like that. She gives me a little bit of trouble how awful I can be with some stuff like that. So I wanted it to look factory, and I think I achieved that. Could it be a little better? Yeah, but overall it looks fantastic. So here's a picture of it. I'm going to see if I can zoom in and see how well this picks up on the video here. So if you can see, even the panel is a one-piece panel that was hand fabricated for all the HVAC controls that your faceplate is actually attached to. The cool thing about this is I figured out how to mount the top 2 screws in the factory HVAC location, which makes it very very stable. And then also the two below are very stable right into that bezel. So it turned out great. I will be doing one here very soon on my, so I didn't video any of that because I was trying to figure out how to make it and how to do it. And I just ordered the radio for my car today, and I will have an upcoming video on how to show you guys how to make your own and how to install it. And it's something you can all do, I'm sure. Yes, Mitty, we're still alive, buddy. How he swapped the Quattro.
No, thank you.
Yes, and David, yes, a 57 two-door. It's a two-door post car. It's not it's not the hardtop, but still two-door post. It's two-door 57 period. Any of the Tri-5s. But so I'll do. I'm also looking at talking to a 3D printer and maybe getting some of those made, because I think there's a lot of guys out there that would like to have that. And if I can put those together and put them out there for sale, and it helps some guys out, you know, and if it's a reasonable price that we can get it done where it's affordable, you know, and hopefully in that like that $50 to $60 range and still get them made, I may put those out there for sale, because I know there's not any videos out there on really how to do that and do it right. There's one guy out there has a video, but it's kind of like pictures of showing how he did it, and you know, and he did it the best he could, but it probably wasn't quite to the level that I would want to do it. So, what do you guys think about doing the radio flip? No, don't everybody talk at once. So Smitty said chrome ponies. You still have the stock 1988 radio in yours. Now that's cool, man. If you still have the stock radio, rock that thing, man. But as you know, so G-Funk, I'm definitely I'm going to put that video out. If I was going to guess, I'm probably only doing one video a week right now for the next few weeks as I get this 57 and get in here and get started. I would assume that video will be out on me doing it to my car in 3 to 4 weeks. You can tell your hatch would have one, seen others, but wasn't impressed. Mine look great. Thank you, JK. Well, that's, you know, I really wanted it to look steel factory. I put some hours into that thing to get it looking like it did, but overall, it really wasn't that bad. It takes a long. So I still have the template that I made for doing Nick's car, which will make. That was the hardest part, is figuring out measurements to make sure everything is going to fit in the stock screw locations of your HVAC. That was probably the hardest thing to make sure that worked. And once I had that figured out, it was kind of downhill from there. It was just the fabrication at that point. Absolutely, Juan. It'll be out here in just a few weeks, man. Like I said, I ordered a Pioneer head unit for my car today, and it'll be in this Friday. And then the PVC board that I need to make the panel out of, it'll be in this week too. So I'll start it probably here in a week or two, and get that video for you guys. I'll do a step-by-step how-to on how to make it, and it's a good modification. I'll tell you this: once I got it done in Nick's car, and by the way, that car also has two 12-inch subs in the back and a 1,000-watt amplifier, JL Audio. Of course, we upgraded all the door and dash speakers too, and the rear speakers. But that car will part your hair. It thumps so loud. Yep, JK. Well, that's a good thing. You know, being OCD about something and being your own worst critic is. I like that. I mean, I think you know, that's a good way to be about things. It can still be. For me, it slows me down a lot. It does, because I will do something, and you know, something that she thinks it should take me 10 minutes to do, it'll take me an hour to do, right? And I'm still, because I'll think it through 5 or 6 times before I ever touch it. where she's more of the type that will just jump in and do it. And maybe if it doesn't work, then she'll fix it. And me, that drives me nuts, but that's how her dad is too. And that's fine. And her dad will take the same amount of time to get something done that I will, but he might do it 2 or 3 times as he's adjusting it as he goes, versus me, I'll spend forever thinking about it before I ever start. So Juan, you just redid the interior and would love to add that in. Man, it's not that hard. I was really worried about the vacuum lines not being long enough. And Angel, you don't have to stick around if you want. Yeah. So I was worried about the vacuum lines not being long enough. But if you unhook them, you've got plenty of slack to reach the vacuum lines. I know at least on a 91 car, I know the HVAC was changed a little bit on the previous models, but I think it should be about the same, you would think. Yeah, Juan, I was worried about it. I mean, you could always extend them, but I did not want to do that to just add one more complexity to the install. Yeah, so JK, I'm telling you, man, being that way, and I think I'm the only person that's like that in my house. Oh, they give me a bunch of crap, that's for sure. So you still have the factory radio in your 93, Tommy. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, having the factory radio is great if you still have it. But as you know, most of these cars have had the radio swapped out of them long ago. I remember in my 91 I had back in high school, I had a big speaker box and amp and everything in the back, but I still had this factory head unit for that just because I couldn't afford a different head unit, and just had to jump it off the back speakers. So just want to say again, I know Smitty, I'm glad you jumped back on. Smitty was the winner of the hat, and then ZK47 was the winner of the spark plug wire holders. Hey, Mach 1. Mr. Mach 1, I'm sorry. Hey, Smitty, so just either message me go to my Facebook page, 417 Fox, and you can message me through my Facebook page, or you can go to my Instagram page if you have Instagram and go to 417 Fox there and direct message me. And I will get that either or. And once you message me, I want to get your info so I can ship you the hat, brother. Barocio 333. Did I say that right? Hopefully I said that right. Radio flip. I will absolutely be doing a how-to. I will try to do the best I can to show you how to measure, but it's kind of one of those things where it's a little bit of trial and error with a template that you're going to make out of cardboard. And once you get that just right, then you're actually going to make it out of your hard PVC plastics. So, JK, you have a stock Sable AFM CD in the vert with a 93 factory amp, able to keep cubby and totally use the factory wiring. Well, that's pretty cool, man. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these live streams. I haven't decided how often I want to do these. I'll probably never do one that's over an hour. And I might just start doing it once a month. The only reason why we did it back to back on this one, because I didn't want to wait a month to do the drawing for the gear. You need little Foxers gears, hats, and shirts. So I have sold some hats and shirts and stuff at Midwest Fox Fest, but I've been debating on when the right time would be if I wanted to start trying to help the channel out by selling hats and shirts through the channel. Logistics is one thing to think about doing that. And I don't want people to think I'm just trying to make some money, on trying to sell shirts and hats. But it definitely does help out. But I don't know. I thought about setting up an eBay store to do it, because really I'm not a big fan of using like Teespring and all those, because basically then they basically make all the money, selling your gear. And that's great if some people want to do that, and it's great that you don't have to mess with it because you're basically paying for a service. But I'm not to the level I could even do Teespring anyway. Anyway, you got to have, I don't know how many subscribers, but way more than I do. And speaking of subscriber count, I was amazed. I'm looking here that never in a million years, and I think I said that at the end of today's video, that I would have thought in short 3 months that I would have 700 subscribers already. And if you didn't know, to be monetized on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours of video. And then YouTube will allow you to put ads on your channel. And if those ads are watched, you get a portion of the ad revenue. Now, when you click skip that ad, that YouTuber does not receive any of that ad revenue, which is, that's fine, but I always think that for me, when I'm going and watching my favorite YouTubers, and I've got quite a few of them, when their videos come on and their ads come on, I'll leave them playing, except for some of these ads that I've seen on YouTube here lately that are like 30-minute ads. You can forget that. I'm skipping that sucker. But for the most part, if it's just a normal ad, I always watch them. Even if I'm not watching them, I let them play through so that YouTuber gets the benefit, since they're taking the time out of their day and their life to put this content out that I am enjoying. I make sure I watch their videos, or at least let them play, so they get the benefit for the hard work that they're doing. Almost feel guilt. I don't know why I'm that way, but I almost feel guilty if I click that skip button on a YouTuber, especially a YouTuber that I'm subscribed to, that I watch quite regular. I feel guilty. So, Mr. Mach 1 said nothing wrong with making a little money. Yeah, man, it helps. It helps me put things back into the channel. I like to upgrade some stuff. As of right now, I mean, I'm definitely negative in anything I've invested to do this channel. I mean, I bought a laptop and video camera gear and mics and other things to get started, which is fine. But it's definitely would help. When I do get to the stage of being monetized, to be able to make a little bit of money on the channel, and also be able to help folks out at the same time. I just kind of want to reinvest it back into the channel to help for more stuff that I could do to my car that would be good content for the channel, or to maybe build another car. So Tommy, you are having a hard time finding a donor car for your 92 coupe 4-cylinder to swap it to a 5.0. They're out there, man. I think they are absolutely out there. The problem is that when one pops up, you got to jump on it pretty quick and be ready to roll. I've learned that pretty fast. Ford Tech Life, what's happening, my man? Fox Life, right? So JK, you can say you'd be happy to have a 417 Fox shirt and was curious about it. You probably wear your Brutal shirts and Foxcast Media shirts. So it's pretty cool that I don't know if you guys seen Brutal's video of the shop. He was actually wearing my gear on there, and and he's been and not only him, some other YouTubers have been big supporters of my channel so far. And I wouldn't have 700 subscribers if you guys, if they weren't sending some of the subscribers my way. So as a thank you, I shot him over a shirt and a hat, and I wrote him a letter about a couple of things. And him and I spent quite a bit of time at Ford Takeover together. And I told him, I said, thank you, and I told him specifically, I did not send this stuff for you to wear on your channel. Thank you for, he's a genuine dude, guys. I'm going to tell you, he's absolutely a genuine guy. And, it was pretty cool that immediately he shot me a message on my phone here and showed me a picture of him in the shirt and the hat. And then next thing you know, there's a video out with him doing a big shout out. So he's a good dude, and I appreciate all that. Plus G Funk, thank you. I know you've mentioned me on your channel. And Gearhead 704 has mentioned me on his channel. We've got Cobras, LXs, and GTs has mentioned me on their channel. So that support and all you guys that's been supporting me from the beginning 3 months ago, and already at 700 subscribers, I feel blessed. And also, I think that I'm just a normal dude that guys want to, I want to help guys out, and they like watching it. So I feel that's great. Yes, G Funk, he's a real nice guy, man. He's genuine. Swedish Sugar, hey man, how you doing? I know you all. Thank you for all the comments on my videos. You do great work. I really appreciate the comment. I really do. So my wife just texted me. ZK is Peyton's friend Zach. Cool. Well, I tell you what. So let's. Don't know if he will want, yeah, because he don't have a Fox body right now. I'm sure he'd like to have them. So, well, I tell you what. I don't want. Well, we'll figure that out. I know we're not sure if Zach. I know Zach. He's my son's friend who was on the. He's already actually bought some Fox body gear from me, and but he doesn't have Fox body, but he loves the channel and loves this content. Not sure if he's going to want those wire holders. And I'll tell you what I'll do. So why don't we do this? And since everybody's on here, so still of the folks who were on there here last week, and if he did want them, I've got another set that I would give him to him. I'm going to go ahead and draw for these again. Okay? What do you guys think? We're going to draw for these again because I can hook Zach up pretty easy. He's here local. So, all right, we're going to draw for those again. All right. Let's see if you're Ricky Lee. You're on here, aren't you? I think I've seen Ricky Lee. Ricky Lee. Can you see that? Ricky Lee. So Mo Lopez asked how the quality of the LMR 93 Cobra wing. I don't know. I know they do make an off-brand one, which is not one that I don't think they make. It's just another one that's imported. I could tell you this. My experience with non-Cervini's Cobra wings has not been great. I know there's only going to be so many people out there that make them, but I know the one that I put on another car, and it's not terrible, but the fitment was not nearly as good as their Cervini's. The one thing about that Cervini's wing, it does fit like a factory Cobra wing. And another big benefit is it uses your top and bottom hole locations that are also factory. When I installed a Cobra wing that was a cheaper aftermarket one, you got to redo all the holes, every one of them. And also you have to relocate your wiring harness to the opposite side because it has the provision for it and the opposite side of the wing of the factory versus just having to move it over about an inch on the factory one or on the Cervini's one. So hopefully that helps you out. I will say this, Mo, spend the extra money and buy the Cervini's one when it comes to putting a Cobra wing on your ride. It will save you that amount of time and labor versus money. Plus the fitment's going to be so much better. So Ricky Lee, hopefully he watches this. I can get back there and look at I think he has commented on some of my posts. So we're going to wrap this up. We're right at the final minutes, and hopefully I didn't miss anybody's comments. I really enjoyed chatting with all of you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to get on and hang out with me, and we'll make it a reoccurring live stream. We'll do it once a month, and that's I think that'd probably be the best because I'm not going to do it probably more than once a month, and we'll try to come up with something fun. And hopefully here in about a month, we'll be getting closer to 1,000 subscribers. So help me out any way you can with that. You guys have a good night. Later, G-Funk. All right, sweet. Juan, have a good night. Take it easy, JK. Appreciate you hanging out. All right. Good night, folks.